This is Alan Bush with ADMIS. In the stock index futures, we are seeing prices higher this morning. Looks like traders are anticipating that Federal Reserve Bank of New York President Dudley will have soothing comments for the market when he speaks at 11:30 Central Time. So I'm thinking this market may hold up in advance of that talk, but once that speech is out of the way, I think we can see some pressure develop, especially in light of ideas that interest rates are headed higher here in the U.S., and in fact, interest rates are likely to work higher globally. Over in the currencies, seeing the dollar index higher as U.S. interest rates continue to firm, or at least their perception is that rates will gain versus interest rates overseas. I think this is a trend that may continue for a while. So the dollar higher against almost all of the other major currencies, especially against the Australian dollar, which is actually substantially lower. Of course, we had the Reserve Bank of Australia having their policy meeting today. Although they did leave interest rate policies unchanged as far as their benchmark rate is concerned at 2.75%. The Reserve Bank of Australia governor did talk down the dollar, and he did so intentionally, talking down the Australian dollar. So that currency about 81 points lower against the US dollar. We're thinking that over the next two meetings that there is a very good chance that the Reserve Bank of Australia will cut rates. So we continue to be bearish on the Australian dollar with what we're seeing. Also, the economic conditions in China appear to worsen, so that is another reason to expect lower prices for the Australian dollar. Over in the credit markets, some recovery. We've had a lot of comments from various Fed officials over the last week or so, and I believe Dudley's comments will probably be in the same vein. So some support likely in advance of Dudley's speech. Once that speech is out of the way, I would expect to see some pressure developing in the treasuries. Longer term, we feel that the main trend is lower, and over the next couple of weeks, I think we can see the lows that we saw last week will be penetrated, of course, on the downside. Once again, these are my opinions alone and are not the opinions of ADMIS or Archer Daniels Midland.